In this video, I will show how to prepare for the next year by creating a new budget from past expenses using the Managing My Money Excel tool. So first let's pull up the tool. So first we're going to look at where we are today. So I'm going to look at the actual plan. Then we're going to actually do the budget creation. So let's go to the Manage Year. And we can see that what I want to show you is on the far right here, you'll see some red numbers and some black numbers. This is showing that, and also if you look at the top, you'll see that January through October show actuals. So these are actual expenditures that I've done throughout the whole year. So we're now in November, that's the current month I'm recording this, and December is next month, that's the future. So you'll see that I have planned expenses for the future and I have actuals up till now. And what I can see is that over the year on some categories, for example, auto insurance and auto maintenance, I have overspent what I originally budgeted for the year 2021. I overspent it. However, that's okay because I did underspend in other areas. I offset them by underspending, for example, on the gym. You can see I underspent by over $2,000 so that my balance, I'm ending the year with a zero balance. Again, this is just sample data that I put together, so don't read too much into this. Just to show that at the end of the year, things don't always go the way that your original budget was set up for, especially if your budget was done without any actual expense information. If you made some best guesses and then as you're going through you're having to adjust as you go, you may find that at the end what you ended up doing is quite a bit different from your original budget. So that's fine. So what we're going to do is we will now create the budget for the year 2022, since I'm next week is December and I'm like, well, let me go ahead and create that budget. The first thing you should do, of course, is to make a backup or a copy of your spreadsheet. So what I did for this one is I just made a copy of my 2021 spreadsheet, and that's what I have open now. So that in case I need to back off the change, I can always go back to my backup. So I've made the backup. This is a copy of it. I'm now going to set up this copy of it. It'll still have all my data for previous years, but I want to set this up to have my budget for 2022. So the way we do that, we go to the income screen. This is where you always set the only place you can set your fiscal year and the starting month. So I'm just going to change the fiscal year to 2022, saying I want this to be for next year. So I will get a dialog that asks if I want to create a new budget for 2022. I can say no, and in that case it'll let me change the year, and I'll still use the same budget that I had in 2021. It'll use the same budget for 2022. However, we saw that in 2021 that budget was not quite as effective as it didn't really represent the actual expenditures. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, go ahead and create the new budget. Now it's going to ask me which year of expenses do I want my new budget to be based upon. So of course I'm going to pick the current year 2021 because I have expenses recorded for this whole year, January through end of November. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that and say yes, create a budget that will accurately reflect my spending habits throughout the entire year of 2021. So my 2022 budget will be set up with the knowledge of all the expenses that I did every week, every month of the year in 2021. When it's done, we'll see a dialog that will pop up. And then it'll tell us success. Okay, so new budget creation was successful. Now you may see this this thing that says, due to rounding of the assigned budget values to the nearest dollar, the validation report shows you have an extra $4 in additional funds to allocate. Remember, this is a zero-based budget. Every dollar of income will be assigned to a budget line item. Now, when it's set, it's analyzing all of your expenses from last year or from this year, and it's creating your new budget. It will round to the nearest dollar. So in that case, you may have a handful of dollars that is difference. If that happens, it'll tell you the actions to take. In this case, two actions. One, we're going to go to the expenses tab, and we're going to go ahead and pick one of the annual expense rows and add $4 to that. Then we're going to go to the Manage Year tab, and we're going to do the same thing. We'll add $4 allocation to that budget plan. So you'll see we'll do that right now. So hit OK. So you'll see that the report will automatically pop up and it'll show me that indeed I have $4 extra money that I need to allocate. So I go to take the first action, go to the expenses tab. Again, it shows me I have the $4. I will pick one of the annual spend types. In this case, I'll just pick gifts given. Doesn't really matter which one. I'm going to add $4 to that. So instead of $837, I'll put $841. And you'll see that now I'm clear. If I go back to my validation report, you'll see that I have a perfect balance of income and expenditures. That was easy. It was like just 2 clicks of a button and it set up my budget such that all my expenditures are taken care of. And if you look at my managed year, you'll see that it shows me a forecast balance of $4. And that's because, again, I need to allocate the gifts given an extra $4, 841. Okay, and there we go. So in just those few clicks, you'll see if you look at the top, this is now for 2022. This is my plan, and my expense plan exactly matches my actual expenditures from 2021, and that's my starting budget for this year. I'll have a much easier success. We can always adapt our budgets as we go. That, in fact, this product, which is managing my money, is all about helping you be agile and adaptive in the way you manage your money throughout the year. You're not constrained to this initial budget, but it does help to be able to take all of the knowledge of your spending habits from any previous year and have the system go ahead and just give you a budget. It'll set the budget up for you. And we did that here in just a few clicks. I hope you found value in this, and those of you who already have this can go ahead and make these changes. Download this latest version. This is a new version that I'm releasing in November of 2021. If you go to the downloads area, you can download the update, and then you can have this feature to enable you to create your budget for next year. For those people who have not used any of the managing my money tools, I will recommend there will be linked to this at the end of this video, or links to my other videos, and they give an email address where you can send the request for the download link. Thank you very much.